Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are going to make a card that is coffee themed. I've always wanted to try this, to do a coffee stain looking card without actually having stamps like that because I don't have any stamps. So we are going to use this Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo, and then we're going to use a re-inker. I have the chocolate chip re-inker here, and I believe that the other one is crumb cake, maybe. I forgot to like freeze frame on that one when I was recording, so I didn't see which one it was. So what we're going to do is I just smushed the ink pad down on the glass mat, and then we're going to spray it with my little water sprayer. And I just grabbed some random things that could have been like coffee cup size-ish, or maybe smaller, that were round. And we're going to just mush them into the ink. I usually don't do messy crafting stuff like this, like making a mess. But I decided since, you know, we're doing an obscure holiday hop over on Instagram, and I saw that National Coffee Day is in the beginning of October, I thought I would give it a shot. And I had a coffee themed stamp, so I was like, sure, why not? Let's try it. I've always wanted to try this, but I don't usually make such a mess. I usually am cleaner when I craft. But I thought I'd give it a shot. So I used the bottom of that little bucket from, I'm thinking it's from the dollar spot at Target a long time ago, and the lid from some tube thing. And we just made some circles, and it's kind of cool because when it dried, it was like it changed the texture of the paper, and that's just regular 80-pound cardstock, I believe. And then I flicked some of the ink on there with a paintbrush, and I'm still struggling with the flicking of the paint. All right, and this is a piece of watercolor paper that I did spray with water first, and we're just trying to clean up the last of that brown ink all over the glass mat so that we don't waste it, because I do hate wasting my supplies, even if it is just a little bit of ink. And I will say, after I got done smushing this, which this is another technique that I don't really ever do, is like smushing up ink and stuff. I just don't do the messy stuff very often. But honestly, once I cleaned all this paint up, or the ink up, it dried and turned out awesome. Like, I thought it looked very kind of like leathery or whatever, but I wanted it to look finished. So I took that Vintage Photo ink pad and just kind of went along the edges of it so it didn't look like a white piece of cardstock with brown on it. It looked more like leather and more finished, I thought, once I did that. So, yes. All right, but there's the Vintage Photo. I don't know why I freeze framed on that again. I have no idea. But this is the sentiment from Ink Road stamps that I decided to use. I believe this stamp set is Roadies 8. And it says, I need something more than coffee, but less than cocaine. I thought it was funny. So I'll probably end up giving this to my husband just because he likes coffee. And then we have a little, the stamp set is brand new, or at least this stamp from the set is brand new. So I did take my eraser and kind of like season the stamp a little bit. And we're going to emboss it with a copper embossing. So I'm using my anti-static powder tool on the card panel, and then we're getting some VersaFine or Versamark ink on there, and then we're going to put the embossing powder on there. And while we're doing that, I will talk a little bit more about the hop. So if you're interested in joining the hop, I will leave the information for the Instagram hop over on in the description box below. So if you'd like to join us, please feel free, because the more the merrier. And there's the sentiment. It looks so nice and shiny. And every time I use a stamp set, I do write on the back the date that I used it. All right, and here I am trying to use some more supplies from my stash that I haven't used in a long time. And I'm going to put some brads in there. But I only have some funky brad setter thing. See this? It's big. And it's not meant for these tiny brads. So I left in my snafu here where I'm trying to like set this one, and I know it's kind of off camera, but here I am trying to set that brad and I totally messed it up. So, you know, the end result that you see of someone's card is not always, you know, the whole process they went through. Like, you know, everybody that shows their cards on Instagram and also social media, they're not perfect. Like, everybody makes mistakes. Some people might not talk about them. Some people might edit them out of their videos, but everybody makes them. So I ended up actually finding a different thing to set the brads with, and I ended up doing it off camera because I had to do it on the floor and I couldn't do it on my desk. So here's my finished card. Let me know in the comments below if you like seeing the picture of the card before I start the video, or if you just prefer it at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And here are some more videos that you may enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.